Good morning, Standard 5 students. Today in this class, in chapter 6, we will discuss about fossil and fossil fuels. So let us start with what are fossils. Fossils. A fossil is any preserved remains, impression or trace of any once living thing from a past geological age. That means once anything that was living can become a fossil after thousands of years. Examples include bones, shells, exoskeletons, stone, imprints of animals or microbes. Objects preserved in amber, hair, petrified wood, oil, coal and DNA remnants can be preserved. So you can see in this the definition how it is given, what is fossil, and some pictures of fossil is also given here. A fossil is any remains, traces or imprints of life that has been preserved at some time in the geological past. Fossils must be at least 10,000 years old. Only a very small number of organisms get fossilized. You can see in this picture there are two main types of fossils are body fossils, trace fossils. So in this you can see imprints also, fossil imprints are also there and body is also fossilized. In this picture you can see fossils are given also. Now let us see about the other. What are fossils? The other definition. A fossil is a plant or animal from long ago that has turned to stone. How are fossils formed? Now that is the next question. That means fossil is maybe plant or animal, no, that has turned into stone. After thousands of years they buried inside the rocks. Now next we will see what conditions promote fossilization. First is hard body parts such as skeleton, bones or exoskeletons can turn into fossil. Rapid burial and or lack of oxygen, that means the burying of the skeleton or bones or anything inside the ground or rocks, and lack of oxygen also helps in formation of fossil. Now we will discuss about what are fossil fuels. A fossil fuel is a fuel formed by natural processes such as anaerobic decomposition of buried dead organisms. That means in mostly sedimentary rocks, the organisms are buried layer by layer, deposited over the organisms. During millions of years that passed, the dead plants and animals slowly decomposed and formed fossil fuels. That means decomposition of these buried dead organisms give rise to fossil fuels. Different types of fossil fuels were formed depending on the combination of animal and plant debris present, duration for which the material was buried, and the conditions of temperature and pressure that existed during their decomposition. That means all these three things forms the type of fossil, that is combination of animal and plant debris, duration for which the material was buried, and the condition of temperature and pressure also decide the fossil fuel. Now fossil fuels like coal, crude oil and natural gas are all considered fossil fuels. Why they are fossil fuels? Because they are formed from the fossilized buried remains of plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. That's why, since they are formed from the fossils, that is the dead remains of plants and animals, that's why they are known as fossil fuels. Fossil fuel examples are coal, oil, natural gas, kerosene and propane. These are all coming from the under the fossil fuels. Coal as a fossil fuel. So we will discuss about coal now, how it is a fossil fuel. Coal is called a fossil fuel because it was made from plants that were once alive. Since coal comes from plants and plants get their energy from the sun, the energy in the coal also came from the sun. That means coal is mostly made up of dead plants that buried millions of years ago. Since plants make their food with the help of sunlight and they get energy from the sun only, that's why whatever energy is stored in the sun is that came from the sun. The coal we use today took millions of years to form. That is why coal is called non-renewable source of energy, because it takes millions of years. It is a non-renewable source of energy. You can see the mines, coal mines, where it is stored billions of years it takes to form. How is coal formed? Now there is next question. How is coal formed? The formation of coal takes millions of years. That is why it is an exhaustible and non-renewable resource, natural resource. It was formed around 300 million years ago when the earth was covered with swampy forest. Now before the earth was covered with swampy forest, and after that only it is coal is formed. Formation of coal. When plants in these forests, swampy forests, mainly trees, mosses, ferns and reeds, died, they fell into the swamps. That means after dying, they fell into the swamps. Thus, there was a thick layer of dead vegetation in the swamp formed. When they died, they formed a very thick layer of dead vegetation. As years passed, more and more plants died and many such layers were formed. One above each layer deposited all these vegetation. Formation of coal. The topmost layers compressed the layers below. That means layer by layer, the upper layer started to compress the lower layer. Heat and pressure caused some physical and chemical changes, and eventually some carbon-rich deposits were formed. After the heat and pressure, it changes its composition and some carbon-rich substances formed. These huge deposits present all over the earth became coal mines from which fuels are extracted and brought to use. So all these changed into coal mines from which we are getting coal nowadays. You can see coal formation here. The peat is the first layer that is not good for actually use. After that comes lignite, and at the last we get the coal that is very much good quality that we use. So layer by layer it is deposited on the earth. Coal mines in India. In India we have coal mines situated in the places like Raniganj, Dhanbad and Neyveli. Dhanbad is known as the coal capital of India because it is the largest producer of coal in India. Now, how is coal obtained? Now, from the coal mines, how we obtain coal? It is obtained from the underground seams, which are the layers of ores and are thick enough to be mined with profitable results. So, coals are deposited layer by layer, so it is also coming in layers. There are two ways in which mining can be done: underground and open pit. Determining the type of mining depends on the depth of deposit. According to the depth of deposit, the coal is mined from the coal mines. You can see here coal mines are there, and from where the coal is mined and it is transported also. Uses of coal. Coal is very much useful to us. It is mainly used to generate heat and electricity. It is a very good source of heat and electricity. It is used in households and industries to accomplish various tasks. In many industries it is used, mostly in thermal power station. It is the cheapest source of power fuel. The iron and steel industry depend heavily on fossil fuel for energy. Iron and steel company also uses this. Other uses of coal is it is used to produce useful products such as coke, tar and coal gas. This fossil fuel was responsible for the industrial revolution of the 19th century. Petroleum or crude oil. It is another important fossil fuel that we will discuss in this class. Petroleum is referred to as black gold. This name itself is an indication of its importance to humans. Black gold, the name is given to petroleum due to its usefulness to human beings. Petroleum is a liquid which occurs naturally in rock formations. The word petroleum translates to rock oil. That means it is also known as rock oil because it is also, we get it from, it is found actually in rocks. Naturally it is, we get from rock only. That's why it is also known as rock oil. It is derived from the Greek word petra and the Latin word oleum. When it is drilled from the ground in liquid form, it is called crude oil. Petroleum is formed from the remains of dead plants and animals. When plants and animals die, they sink and settle on the seabed. Millions of years ago, this dead wildlife and vegetation decomposed and got mixed with the sand and silt. That means petroleum is formed from the remains of dead plants and animals also. You can see the petroleum wells reservoir is there, impervious rocks are there, and inside that we can get the reservoir of petroleum. Formation of petroleum. The partially decomposed matter remained on the seabed and eventually was covered with multiple layers of sand and silt. This burning took millions of years, and finally, due to high temperature and pressure, the organic matter decomposed completely and formed oil. That's why it is coming from the dead remains of plants and animals. You can see here 300 million years ocean, 100 million years you can see sand and sediment are depositing, and decomposition of organic remains is occurring year by year. So first of all, nowadays sand, sediment and rock, and after that we get in decomposing organic remains, we get oil and gas accumulation, and we dig the oil. Petroleum refining, and petroleum is crude oil. It is coming from the ground. We cannot use, we have to refine this. So an oil refinery or petroleum refining is an industrial manufacturing facility where crude oil is extracted and converted into more valuable goods such as petroleum, naphtha, gasoline, jet fuel, asphalt, foundation, heating oil, kerosene and liquefied gas. That means after refining only we can use petroleum for different useful products. Now uses of petroleum. Liquefied petroleum gas or LPG is used in households. For cooking gas we are using, as well as in industry also it is used. Diesel and petrol are used as fuels for vehicles. Diesel is generally preferred for heavy motor vehicles. Petrol is also used as a solvent for dry cleaning, whereas diesel is used to run electric generators. So there are different uses of petroleum nowadays. Kerosene, that is one of the product of petroleum. It is used for fuel for stoves and jet planes. Lubricating oil reduces wear and tear of corrosion of machines. It lubricates the machine parts. Paraffin wax is used to make candles, ointments, ink, crayons, etc. Bitumen or asphalt is mainly used to surface roads. So all these are very much useful for our life. Conservation of fossil fuels. Number one important point is that we should conserve our fossil fuels. So an increase in the number of vehicles and industries has increased the demand for fossil fuels. That means day by day increasing population and increased number of vehicles and industries increase the demand of fossil fuels. But the known reserves of petroleum may last only for 50 to 200 years more years, and those of coal for about 200 years. Fuel conservation refers to the attempt to conserve and preserve these fossil fuels. So it is very important to conserve our fossil fuels. We can use alternative source of energy, thus minimize the use of fossil fuels. We can minimize the use of fossil fuels to conserve it. You can see save fuel, save future. If you will save our fuel, we will save our future also. And it will not pollute our environment also. You can see in the right side of the picture, it is given that how can we save fuel. Right side of the picture shows to save the fuel. So let us see. Here you can see carpool, that means in one car many person can go at a time. By using the cycle we can reduce the pollution also and reduce the use of fossil fuels also. So we can use, you can make our environment very much eco-friendly, pollution free also. And here you can see left side how much polluted area is this. All are using these vehicles, single person are using, and so much smokes are coming from the industries and factories. So that is bad for the earth. And right side it is very much eco-friendly showing. So we should also follow the right side of the picture to save fuels. Why should we conserve fossil fuels? Conservation of fossil fuel like coal and petroleum, natural gas is essential because they take millions of years to form, and we also know that they are important source of energy. When they are consumed, they will never form again. Also, they are limited in our earth. So, they should be consumed whenever found essential. If you will not use them wisely, then it will exhaust very soon. So, it must be conserved. Now we will see about the kinds of resources. There are two kinds of resources in this world: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources can be recycled and reused repeatedly. Thus, they are not wasteful. Non-renewable resources refer to the ones that cannot be reused and recycled. These are wasteful and cause pollution, like our fossil fuels. They cannot be renewed very soon and they cause pollution also. Renewable sources of energy, solar energy, hydropower energy, and wind energy are readily available to us and are non-polluting. When we will reduce the use of non-renewable resources and we will use such type of resources, then it will not pollute our environment also, it will be eco-friendly and it will also help us to conserve our fossil fuels also. Burning of fossil fuels also cause air pollution, which is one of the biggest health hazards today. So we should use renewable sources of energy in place of non-renewable resources of energy, as these are eco-friendly. Ways to conserve fossil fuels. Now, how can we use, what are the ways that conserve the fossil fuels? Reducing, reusing and recycling can reduce the use of, to help us to conserve fossil fuels. Conserving energy is very important. Choose zero carbon transportation. That means we should not use fossil fuels like petrol, diesel and kerosene for transportation too much. Use public transportation so that we can save the petrol. Look for alternative sources of energy such as solar energy, hydropower energy and wind energy. These are eco-friendly also and these are easily available and renewable also. Talk to your friends on the benefits of recycling, conserving energy and eco-friendly transportation options. That means public awareness is also very important, so you should talk about this to your friends and neighbors also. Now, fuel conservation. Why fuel conservation is important? Fuel conservation is essential to promote sustainable development. That means we should think about the future also. Fossil fuels like coal, petrol and diesel take millions of years to form and cannot be renewed. It is a detailed chemical process and they are not unlimited. They are unlimited, not on earth. They are limited. So we should use them whenever it is very essential. Field conservation refers to conserving our natural resources so that our next generations do not have to suffer the consequences of fuel depletion. If we will deplete or if we will not use it wisely, then it will deplete and our future generation will have to wait again millions of years to get this fuel. We must conserve and use fuels wisely to make Earth a better planet. That means it can reduce the pollution also if we will use it wisely. So at last I can say save fuel for next generation. You can see some eco-friendly way like carpool, cycling and planting trees can help to save fuel on for the next generation. We should do it. So thank you student. We will meet in the next class again. Thank you all of you.